Hi everyone. For those of you who do not know me, I'm Debbie Briggs. Prepare Him Room is our Advent study, and peace is what I want to talk to you about for the next few minutes. I have a 3-generational story for you, a multi-generational story for you, and you have a fill-in-the-blank story to fill out for you. The first story is the 3-generational one. The protagonist was an active little girl who didn't know the meaning of sitting still. You see, she was unconditionally loved by her mother, yet she was living in a household with a narcissistic father who was addicted to gambling. At times, this active Energizer bunny would have to close the door to her room, her bedroom, just to escape the lack of peace in her home. For some reason, every Christmas, when the tree went up and the nativity scene was placed under the tree, she physically, emotionally, and not yet grasping the concept, but spiritually, would each and every night put her elbows on the floor and her fists under her chin and just stare at the nativity scene. She was mesmerized by it. It was as if Jesus was gifting her with the peace that she needed. And little did she know that He would give her the gift of that peace that she needed, salvation, a few years later when she would better understand Him and trust in Him. That protagonist, that little girl, was me. So blink and go to the next generation. And as a Christian mom of 2 boys, I wanted our sons, our very active sons, to experience the same peace that I had with the nativity set. As a wedding gift, a few years before, Dave and I had received a beautiful nativity set, this one, to be exact. And the teacher and me wanted our boys to feel it and touch it. And they did. The wooden pieces would be used for role playing, and they were even allowed to leave from being under the tree. Well, you can see that this wise man, glue-gunned head on, he was greatly loved. And one year, we lost this very cow. In fact, we lost him for 2 years. We didn't find him in the box till the next. And we ask ourselves, where in the world is the cow? Another blink, another generation came, and it was grandchildren. They arrived in our family, and the Christmas story role-playing continued with these very wooden pieces. However, something happened. Something interesting. Guess who went missing? I'm not sure how this can happen, but somehow in the Briggs home, it did. Jesus went missing. And we found ourselves asking, where in the world is Jesus? I want to move now to the multi-generational story. For generations, the prophets forewarned that the Prince of Peace was coming. For centuries, they asked, where in the world is Jesus? In Zechariah 9:9, it says, He will proclaim peace to the nations. God was doing His work through the generations. There was a lot of emotional, physical, and spiritual skin in the game. It says in Isaiah 9:6, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be on His shoulders. And He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Where in the world was Jesus? He came as a baby. God gave Him to us with His own skin in the game, the actual Messiah as human, the emotional, physical, and spiritual Prince of Peace arrived, the Savior, our Savior. How can we even fathom this peace that was so sought after for centuries? Story 3. Right now, the protagonist, guess what, is you. You blinked your way through your own stories, and God has been working throughout your life. And we are told to prepare him room. We're told to seek peace. We're told to pursue peace. And guess what? We have the emotional, physical, and spiritual abilities to do all three at a time when there's anything but peace happening in our world today, and sometimes anything but peace happening under our very own roofs. The wisest of men prepared him room, sought after him, pursued him, and we can do the same as believers. In fact, we get to seek and pursue peace, and knowing that he is coming. So I leave you with some important questions during this Advent season. What can you do to prepare him room? What can you do to be intentionally seeking peace? And what can you do to intentionally be pursuing